Okay, so let me just give you a short tutorial on how to multiply and divide by powers of 10. Most of you got it, but there are some of you are still quite confused where to move the decimal point. Okay, so let's look at this one first. Okay, when we multiply by powers of 10, the direction depends on whether you are multiplying by either a whole number or a decimal. Okay, so if you are multiplying by a whole number, let me show you the long way. Okay, 0 times 5, 0, 0 times 3 is 0, then one, put a placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 3 is 3. So you have this. Now, as I told you before, when multiplying decimals, okay, you just need to count how many digits are after the decimal point. As you can see, there's only one. So that means we take the decimal point. Now, all numbers have a decimal point. All whole numbers have a decimal point at the end, okay? So since there's one, that means we need to move back 1. So the answer is 35. That is the explanation to the shortcut. That's why when you have like this number over here, this question over here, 3.5 times 10, all you need to do is to count the number of zeros after 1. Remember, this is just for powers of 10, okay? So there's 1 0 after 1, so that means we take this decimal point, and since this is a whole number, not a decimal, you move it to the right by 1 place value because there's only 1 0. Okay, and you will end up with 35 decimal point. But since it's at the end of a whole number, you don't need to write it. So you see that you end up with the same answer. But I needed to show you the explanation first. Okay, so let's try doing this one. 17 and 85 hundredths times 100. How many zeros do you see? 1, 2. So that means we move the decimal point 2 places to the right, since this is a whole number. Okay, so 1, 2, and so the answer is 1785. Now, what if we are multiplying by a decimal? Let's look at the difference. Okay, we're using the same number, 17 and 85 hundredths, times 0.1. Okay, so what's happening here? We have 1 decimal place, so that means we are getting a fraction or something smaller. So you count how many decimal places? 1. So that means we move this decimal point 1 place value to the left. So this goes here. Okay, so the answer is 1 and 785 thousandths. So do you see the difference? When it's a whole number, you move to the right. When it's a decimal, you move to the left.